The year 2025 began with a curse. In just 30 days, aviation suffered 3 catastrophic blows: a mid-air collision in the capital, a mysterious dive in Philadelphia, a runway disaster in Korea. Dozens of lives extinguished. How does a modern system fail so badly? The answers lie in the invisible traps of human perception. Let's examine the anatomy of a tragic month.
January 29th, Washington, D.C. PSA Flight 5342 is on final approach, a standard regional jet carrying 64 souls. Below them, a U.S. Army Black Hawk is training in the dark. The airspace is complex, and tonight, the control tower is short-staffed. One controller is doing the work of 2. He orders the jet to sidestep to a different runway. This maneuver pushes the jet over the river directly into the helicopter's path. The Army pilots are wearing night vision goggles, but NVGs have a deadly flaw. They act like soda straws. You have 0 peripheral vision. To the helicopter crew, the city lights are blinding. The jet's navigation lights blend perfectly into the street lamps below. It is called visual clutter. They occupy the same space at the same time. At 8:48 p.m., they collide. The Black Hawk shatters. The jet plunges into the freezing Potomac. 67 lives lost, a tragedy caused by a shortage of staff and a trick of the light.
2 days later, Philadelphia. A medevac Learjet takes off into thick fog. On board is a young patient, a doctor, and 2 pilots. They climb into the overcast sky, but 40 seconds later, something breaks in the pilot's brain. It is called the somatographic illusion. When you accelerate in the dark, your inner ear is fooled. It feels like you are pitching up violently, like you are about to stall. The pilot trusts his gut, not his instruments. He pushes the nose down to correct the climb. The Learjet dives at 11,000 feet per minute. They slam into a commercial district. A mission of mercy ends in a crater of fire. But the horror started a month earlier in South Korea. A Boeing 737 is on final approach. Suddenly, a flock of bicol teals strikes the aircraft. The crew declares a mayday. They attempt a desperate 180 turn to land on the opposite runway. But in the chaos, they forget the basics. No flaps, no landing gear. Without flaps, the plane is a missile. It touches down way too fast. Physics takes over. Friction isn't enough. The jet overruns the runway and slams into a concrete wall. 175 people perish. 3 accidents, one common thread. When the human brain is overloaded, gravity always wins.